that you say. There's a quirky, cool new internet show between rising stars and legends too.
Hey, we are here with a mega repeat offender of rew-who-nyc-show, Mr. WooD.
That's me.
And JJ.
JJ CoNNaLLy.
Yeah.
Howdy.
Howdy. So JJ, we hear you are Mr. Braveheart. So you want to just tell me what that's all about?
Yeah, the Braveheart Ball is an annual that FRaNk really, I mean, he runs the whole thing, you know.
Talk close.
Well, you get close to the amount won't squirt you.
The Braveheart Ball is an annual gig we have. We have to raise money for a camp in Massachusetts for children who've had open heart surgery.
Ah, that's why it's Braveheart.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And that's very helpful.
Yeah.
And it's going to be on...
FRaNk started it?
No, he did.
No, I went to camp there as a little kid.
So you had heart surgery as a little kid?
I had heart surgery.
How old were you?
7.
Wow.
That's
What
the
happened?
brave part.
What actually was wrong?
There was a problem with my aorta valve, heart problem with the artery. They thought I had epilepsy, and
Wow.
turned out I had epilepsy. And the doctor stuck his finger in my aorta valve and twisted it, and
And fixed you.
fixed me temporarily. And then I just had it replaced a few years.
Like a heart transplant?
Oh, valve.
A
I
valve.
had a valve
Well,
job.
congratulations.
Wow. So when you were a little kid,
Yeah.
you, because of medicine, you're alive today.
Yes.
And you went to this camp with a lot of other little kids.
Yeah. I mean, when you're the kid with the heart condition, the kid who had heart surgery,
You feel kind of funny.
yeah, you know, everybody's overprotective. You can't
Right.
play sports.
And
You're
they're-
in this place.
They
You're
treat you
around.
like a regular kid.
Exactly.
Oh, that's so
Helps
wonderful.
keep you sanity.
And have you always stayed in touch with them, like, or did you decide
Honestly,
to go
no.
back? Yeah.
I kind of grew up, forgot about it.
Where'd you grow up?
Island.
Okay, and you got to go to Massachusetts.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
But as a result of, you know, the best time of my childhood being in Massachusetts, I became a fan of all the Boston teams.
Oh, that's trouble when you're here.
So I had
You're like a Patriot?
the Pats, the Boston Bruins. So
And you're bragging about this in
My
Auto
co-
Shrunk
my
Brag?
coworkers were breaking my balls about being a Bruins fan and never having been to the Boston Garden. So I rode my motorcycle up to Boston in the middle of the night.
What kind of bike?
It was a street glide, 2012 Harley Street glide.
All right.
Wow.
Pulled up in front of the Boston Garden, took a selfie in this,
Are you
in
an
front of the
angel? Are
sign.
you
No. And then I headed back to, I was on my way home and I says, oh, Jesus, you know, Great Barrington, I should stop in.
Oh, that's where Camp Half Moon is. That's my brother's went there for
Really?
like a little while.
The
At Great Barrington.
Batten Farms in Great Barrington.
Okay, there's a bunch of camps. So it's like
I stopped in, had a look around, and things are different than they used to be. When I was there,
simple.
there were maids, there was a big staff, there was a groundskeeping.
Wow.
Now the one caretaker and the couple of counselors and the nurse all do everything. They cook, they
Wow.
clean. So they're a much smaller staff than there used to be, and it's still great for the kids. But you know, the fact is, that, you know, the
Wow,
money is
that's terrible
taking a
because
little bit.
like regular camps, it's the opposite. My camp that I used to go to was like Meatballs. Did you ever see Meatballs?
Yeah.
Or Bill Murray, the movie. My camp was like the camp that had nothing. Now it's like the camp that was across the lake. It's like so she. It's like ridiculous.
Nice. I mean, you know, the counselors cook, and you know, but what I'm saying is
They need.
they could use a little bit of money.
So you decided to do this Braveheart.
So we did the Braveheart Ball because I found out. Also, when I went, it was free. Now they ask the families for $250,
Which is nothing.
which is nothing to cover the cost.
Right.
But I said to the fellow that ran the place, I says, I want to have a rock and roll thing down in New York. I says, any money that we raise, we'll put toward the families who can't afford the $250.
That's really nice, though.
Are they loaded with kids? Like, is it a lot of kids? How many come? Is it less than 100?
They have 4 sessions. Now they divide it up by age groups. You know, starting at like 7 and ending at about 16.
Wow.
They have 4 2-week sessions.
Okay.
And I was there. I think there was about 20 kids. I was there when
Okay.
the teenagers were there because I took a
Yeah.
ride up there.
Right.
to say
Oh,
hello.
when you were there, okay.
Yeah.
It's a really nice place, though. That sounds amazing.
great.
Have you ever seen it, FRaNk?
No.
No, I just he's doing these shows and he raised him more money. So he said, "You want to help?" And I said, "Yeah." So now they're making more money.
Excellent.
See, FRaNk has got the heart of gold.
Yeah, the first one I
He
did.
really does.
He's the leprechaun from
He's a good
yesterday.
man.
The first one I did, I had one band that nobody, that some friends of mine had put together, and it was all by word of mouth. We raised a decent amount of money,
That's
but it wasn't
wonderful.
enough. And
Yeah.
I knew this is the guy to go to.
Yeah. So where is it?
It's tomorrow night at the Bowery Electric. We got a great show this year. We got the Hard On, which is a bunch of because JJ worked Wicked over on Broadway. He's,
Do you know
he's a-
Breedlove?
Yeah, of course we know that lunatic. Right, anyway, so he works. We got a band of all musicians from Broadway, and we have a bunch of good singers. They're all doing heart-related songs, like Sarah from my band, Eve Blackwater, Ron G. Who else?
I'm doing one.
You're doing one,
I'm
yeah.
doing one.
What
Luckily,
song?
it's a sing-along. So
Wait, I want to know, like, what song are you doing? Is it a secret? Or
I'm doing a. You ever hear of a Canadian folk rock band called Great Big Sea? I'm doing the only Irish Scottish sounding song because it's a
Okay.
Braveheart ball.
Right.
Give us a little
What?
taste.
Mary Mac's mother's making Mary Mac marry me. My mother's making me marry Mary Mac. Well, I'm going to marry Mary. For when Mary's taking care of me, we'll love Mary when I marry Mary Mac.
All
Celtic
right.
sound.
Anyway, so we got
Patty sing.
the beautiful girls and him singing. Then we had a band called The Stubble, aka Barney Rubble and the Cunt Stubble, was supposed to play.
Wait. Barney Rubble and the Cunt Stubble?
Yeah. An outrageous fucking band. Fucking outrageous. Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, great. But
Great band. But one guy, so we had to call, because of the kids, we had to change the name of the band to The Stubble. Right?
Cunt
Cunt Stubble.
didn't want the kids finding out about it.
Cunt
So you
Stubble.
don't want the children to be thinking about
Yeah.
Cunt Stubble.
Yeah, Cunt Stubble. Right, anyway, so, but one guy went in for bone spur surgery on Monday, so I had to get a replacement band.
Oh, no.
So-
Well, who are they?
Frank Wood and his NYC All-Star
Ah!
Band. Within
So
15
cute.
minutes, I corralled all 10 of my musicians, and like, boom, we're doing a charity thing. And then after us,
How many songs are you doing?
I will do about 8.
Oh, yeah.
And we got a fire. Yep.
Frank
We
is
do-
the best. He's great.
We're doing 8 songs. Then we have the Omega Men, which is a rockabilly, psychobilly band. No, they used to be called the Tombstone Brawlers. You know these guys. And then after that is Little Leslie with the Bloodshots. And then at midnight we got Mick Royale's band, Hail Action. And Mick will also be DJing in between the bands and after the bands.
Nick's been donating his services as a DJ from the beginning.
So I said he's got a band, let's put him to work. So we got his band, so his band will be playing also.
Cool.
So that's tomorrow night. It's $10 suggested donation. You can pay more if you want. It's at the Bowery Electric. It starts at 7 o'clock. Doors open at 6:30. And it's going to be a rocking good time. I mean, those bands, in all modesty, my band's all right. Right? My band kicks ass. My band kicks ass.
Very
I'm the
good.
weak link in my band.
You're hot. It's true.
But you've gotten
That's
really
not
good, FRaNk. You really have. Like, it's pretty amazing. I mean, I've heard you, like, transform from like, rapping to singing.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I got people like Johnny Young and T.J. Jordan and Krista all working on it. You know, making me, Johnny Young, the keyboard player.
Give us a couple of lines. Come on, sing a little bit here. Give
I
them.
saw her standing on the corner, little ribbon in her hair. I couldn't help myself from shouting, "Looky there!" And then the girls go, "Looky there, looky there, look there, young blood, ba-shoo-ba." I do a good version of what would I do if I sang out of tune? We just stand up and walk out on me.
You're fantastic.
Frank, you are the best.
Right.
Love you.
We do a lot of covers, and it's a lot of fun, and people dance and stuff. So it's like, and I've got some of the best musicians in town. You know, I've got Mike Lynn, who I've known for over 30 years on the drums. Kevin Shaw, who goes back to the old Max's Kansas City days on the bass. Right? I got the two best sax players in New York, Danny Ray, who plays with the Dolls and Jesse Malin, and Chuck Raven Hancock, who plays with everybody and his brother from Murphy's Law. My lead guitarist, my rhythm guitarist is Ken Rao, who does the Blank Fest, the band of BdaY. Usually my lead guitarist is TJ Jordan, who is the best guitar player in New York. When he can't make it, I have somebody who's not that much off, from the Hollies, David White. But this week, David had to get a kidney stone removed. So, hey, nothing stops me. I just pick up the phone. I got the best Rolodex in town.
FRaNk Woods, you make this whole music industry. I mean, you're huge. Every time I mention you to anybody that's even remotely related to the music industry, they know FRaNk Woods.
Danny Biondo just moved to Japan. His last show here, right? And then he left the next morning. Within a week, I get a picture from a friend of mine who's over in Japan. Like, hey, I ran into Danny Biondo, right? Danny sent me an email. I was like, I run into 5 fucking people over here in Tokyo.
You're famous. You're really
Because he goes, it's like, I can't get away from you. It's like, I've never been to Tokyo.
You know what else I love about you, FRaNk, is that these kids come to town, you know, maybe they're just getting started, and they hook up, they figure out, they find their way to you, and suddenly they're playing gigs, and they're developing, and they're meeting other musicians, and that's because of you, man.
If they're good, I'll push it. If they're good, I listen to it. If it's good, then I push it. You know what I mean? I'll hook them up as much. I got a band coming in from Italy next month. You know what I mean? I got them going up and down the coast, out to California.
If they want to work, you'll get them out there.
If they're good, and what I do is I'll sit there, I'll put them in a residency, which is a month, a whole every Sunday at 9 o'clock for a month, where I will just rush it and like get them into like playing shape. Basically, It's like be on time, get on stage, get off the stage, get the songs, let's do it, boom, 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 boom. Right? This way, when they show up down in South Carolina at some gig, they show up, they're on time, they're early, they hit the stage, they get off the stage, they hang out, and they leave it. All these club owners are like, it's a Frankie Wood band. We have no worries about it.
Of course they want you in
So,
it.
FRaNk, who's playing every Sunday at 9 o'clock this month?
This month we didn't have one, but you'll be there Sunday.
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
This Sunday, 10 o'clock, with Flack Flamingo.
That's for you.
Just for me, Flack Flamingo.
Nobody else knows.
You're not bringing the crybaby, right?
Huh?
You're not bringing the crybaby.
You know what? I'm gonna knock your socks off. No, it's not. He's not coming this Sunday. But
Is that an insight?
no, it's not.
The other one, Wolfie.
Yeah, Wolf is coming.
Wolf is coming. Good.
Yeah.
We got Wolf.
We got Wolf, Billy,
Television.
Billy is rock and roll.
Billy sits there. He just goes off. It's like nobody
He
can play
does.
like Billy.
I love when I play with Billy.
It's like it's a whole different band.
He's the best.
It's a whole different band. And of course, Quacker's here.
Yes, Donald will be on bass.
Donald will be on bass.
And the beauty of you guys getting together is like, this man has the biggest heart of anybody I know. He really is a good guy.
You don't know
So
him
he's-
very well.
I
Jim.
do.
I do a lot of charity work.
He does.
We've done a lot of charity
I
work.
know.
Every time we do charity work, we do
You're
Hale
like
House.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
We do Hale House, right? We do Hale House
And they get
up in Harlem, right?
Don't
All of
even-
a sudden, they find out that they were skimming money, this and that. Everybody goes to her. Oh, poor baby. They look at me. Yeah, sure, figured. Right? We did Safe for God's love we deliver.
Don't talk about it.
In God's love we deliver every year for 14 years. Like, he calls up one day and they're like, we don't know this person. We had a contact with him. We don't know this person. We don't know this person.
Yeah. They
Number?
do really.
Can we have your number? Right? She gets a call back. Yeah, this is Detective so-and-so. Right? Now, God's Love We Deliver is a great charity. Blaine
is.
Trump runs it. Right? She pays for everything. She pays for the building. She pays for the rent. She
I
pays
just
for the
have a
staff.
bad experience with doing charity.
But she sat there, she pays for everything. The rent, the gas, the electric, the salaries, everything. Everything they come in goes out. Not like a lot of these charities where like only 20% goes to the actual charity, right? So we're sitting there, I mean, these people do these things like $1,000 a seat, dinners, $10,000 tables, right? We're doing this little rock and roll thing. We got a couple grand, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, right? Between my little raffle
Yeah,
Right.
I got my brother a tile in the kitchen.
Yeah, right? So we do this thing, right? So she calls up and they're like, this detective so-and-so. She's like, what do you know about this woman?
Yeah.
This broad was skimming money, right? Because we checked $10,000, $1,000. We gave her $2,000, $3,000. She's like, well, Dilly. I'm like, no, I'm the fucking Italian here. If anybody must be robbed, it's supposed to be me. The fuck? You know?
We
Well, I
just
love
are
that you
skimming.
speak up.
Just
You
for the
should
record.
speak up.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You know,
Good for you.
the people who run the camp actually come to our
Event.
event a couple of
So
times.
they take the money, right?
Yeah, we're
then
just
and
heading
there.
right over to it.
The Braveheart Ball is listed on the website as being a friend of the camp. They know us.
No, I'm not saying don't do events, and I still have a philanthropic gene in
there's
myself,
a
and
lot
I'm
of
always doing benefits.
I'm doing better
I'm
than
always
right.
doing things for charity. However, I've learned,
I'm buying my way out of purgatory. One little vino.
That's what I was thinking.
I have
He's making
learned
up for all of it.
that it's pretty
I love
sad
you.
that they can't all be trusted. It's hard when you're working around money.
It's always the same number.
It's like,
It's like, hey, everybody's like, I go out and do things to make money, but like, when it comes down to the charity thing, all the money goes out. We just did the Joy Rider thing, right? We did a benefit for Joy to try to help her cover her expenses, and then she passed away like 10 days later.
So did they use that money for her funeral?
Yeah, they used that for that. And we have a DVD that we made, right, with her playing with Johnny. We had to take it from film and Johnny Thunders at Max's. Her playing with Jane County in Berlin. Her playing with Ronnie Wood at Ronnie's apartment in London, right? So I went over to see how the DVD was going because Mark Pines was the guy. Mark Pines and I, we were doing live streaming, wireless streaming. And back then, the business went under. So Pines was always out ahead of this stuff. So he did this. I go over to his place to see how the DVDs come. It's Charlie Watts and Ronnie Wood, right? And they're like, "Hey, we know you." I was like, "Yeah, I did the art security for you that time." Like, "Yeah, you with the phony limo." And what we did was there was an art show. Ronnie Wood's a great painter,
He is. I went to the show.
right? And they had like 200 people, like at the front door. So
Bird
they-
Street, like in Soho?
yeah. So I said, I got it. And we send the limo empty, right? Everybody will mask the limo. You guys come walking down the street, right? So they all come down the street. They hand it. There's like 200 people mobbing. I said, yeah. I said, what do you guys do down? They go, oh, we're announcing a tour. I said, really? I go, what for? Mick called. I said, so?
I call those the alimony tours.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, he's like, what for? I go, but really? I go, come on, you guys old. What the fuck? How much? He goes, $200 million. I was like, we get $20 million a show. I was like, well, how much fucking money do you guys need?
They have a lot of
You know what
alimony.
I go, you guys, how much money do you need? He goes, the taxes and income.
Yeah, it's true.
They take 90%. If you make over a certain amount, they take 90%.
That's what they're trying to do here.
That's why Mick and Keith
Live
live
here.
in France. Their legal residence is France.
Well, doesn't Keith live in Connecticut?
Yeah, he's got a place there too.
Yeah, but France is doing the same thing right now.
Yeah, well, it is National Oatmeal Cookie Day, so please help yourself.
There's no refuge.
And
All right, let's get a skeleton out of
Me
TV.
too.
I want to hear one of Frankie's too.
yeah, well, we need to get now a skeleton for your club.
Come on, JJ, skeleton.
An angel.
There's a song she has called Skeleton.
The heart.
So, well, we can look that up later. But in the meantime, give us a skeleton.
Okay, Braveheart.
I can't.
Some kind of couple. Did you ever like school and get caught, or like did you
Oh, please.
tell us the story about when you cut school?
One incident when I cut school, I had seen Ozzy Osbourne the night before at the Nassau
Oh,
Coliseum.
okay.
Went to walk into class, saw that they had a substitute teacher, so I didn't want to stay. But she saw me. She knew, if you try to do the quick walk out, she's like, "You, sit down." So I sat down. She went outside to chase some other kids who also didn't want to be in the class. I went up and wrote Ozzy on the blackboard and drew an upside down cross. And the floor, you know? Only the second story. I hung from the side, dropped, really only about a 6-foot drop, you know? You hang from your fingers. I didn't think anything about it, the rest of the day. I just, went about my day, and I got home. My mother never cursed. Good Irish Catholic. The doors, "You asshole!" What? They think you're suicidal. They want to send you to a psychiatrist.
I Irish mothers are so strict.
Wow.
There you go.
That's
Here, you can have a
funny.
cookie for mom too. Have one for mom. All right, Frank, what's yours?
Oh boy.
I don't know. Give me a topic.
Running away.
Okay, let's see. Running away. Yeah, well, my mother and father divorced, so in Jersey. My weekends, holidays, and summer was spent in Brooklyn. Yeah, they figured we'd go to send them to school in Jersey to stay out of trouble. I was a Italian kid from New York. I was running shit. You know what I mean? I would sit there and I'd get every night. I was 16 years old. I'd get served in the bars up here, right? So I would sit, and back then the drinking age in New York was 18. So I'd sit there on Friday. I'd go to everybody like Tango and Boone's Farm apple wine. You know what I mean? Mad Dog 2020. You know what I mean? Right? So we'd sit there, and I'd come up to the city, and I'd pick up the shit, right? And I'd bring it out, and I would hide it, right? We'd hide it, right? And then I had a paper route. So school dance would be on Friday night. So what we do is like Friday morning, right? What I do is like Thursday night, because we had a split little house, we had a refrigerator downstairs next to my bedroom. I'd take all the beer and everything and throw it in the freezer, right? And then in the freezer, right? And then in the morning, I was up before everybody because I had the paper out. So I would take all the booze and shit and take it out to the woods where we had this little drop trap, right? That we had covered up as like, you know, a little thing where we could try to keep it there. So by the time it came around to 8 o'clock at night when the dance started, it would be unfrozen, but it'd still be icy fucking cold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? So we came up to see Jesus Christ Superstar. Broadway, the day of the school election, right? So after that, we all go to the Howard Johnson's in Times Square. So I sit there, I get everybody's money. I'm like, all right, I'll take care of it. Give the money. All right, so I'm figuring out the tip. And I notice there's a side door that lets off on 47th Street, right? And I'm like, I see everybody's out the front door, like, boom, right out the side door. So I was like, okay. So it was also the day of the school election, so we go back to the school. We found out my boy had won. So I was like, okay, boom. I went into the liquor store, picked up some, what was it, Matus? Remember Matus? The sangria, the fancy wine bottle, right? Picked up all we were drinking on the bus back to Jersey, fucking throwing the kids out the window. Right, my friend's brother picks us up in a Volkswagen Beetle. There's 10 of us, right? The Beetle, right? Because he was 22, so
You were always a circus act.
Yeah. we had like 3 guys sitting in the back with 3 girls on their lap. There was me on the front seat with 2 girls on my lap in the front seat, and the guy driving. So we had 10 people in a bug. We go to the store, the bar. He picks up beer and shit. So yeah, sort of like
Dined and dashed.
What? No, yeah, dined and dashed. Yeah.
Yeah.
At 17, but you know.
What a life.
What a naughty boy.
Yeah, well, but I
Did
was
you have to
also
go back to school independence for that?
well, you know, the priest. I prayed for a bicycle. The priest goes, you know, God doesn't work like that. I said, okay. So I went out and I stole a bike and went to confession.
You know, God doesn't work like that, so I stole it and went to confession.
Yeah, and it's all good. Right? That's how it works.
What kind of
You know?
Catholic?
You know, it's like, you know, the other night, you know, I work at Webster Hall on Friday. I met this young chick, right? They call the crowd, they go, it's a very ghetto crowd. I'm like, yeah, there's another word for that, but I won't say it. Right? And so I meet this girl, she's 22 years old.
Blackish.
Right? Right? She's 22 years old, she's got 3 kids, and she's pregnant with twins. Well, at least 2 of the kids will have the same father.
Oh, man.
Oh, you did it.
Oh, Mr. Wood, do you know if you have any children roaming around?
No. You know, the blackbird brings black
How do
babies.
you know you don't have kids
If a
out
blackbird brings black babies and a white bird brings white babies, what kind of bird brings no babies?
A dead bird.
A swallow.
Oh,
That's it. Everybody knows the JV can't swim as good as the varsity.
Then he goes, that's it, just keep your mouth open like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
It's like, you know, I grew up, I tried to say, like, in the 70s, I grew up when sex was safe. If you got something, if you got a disease back then, you got gonorrhea or something, you get a needle, you can't for a week, good. Today, you fuck the wrong thing, you die.
So how?
I had a credit account at Park Med.
Oh, jeez.
One of the best abortion. Back then, abortion was an accepted form. It was just legalized, an accepted form of birth control. They weren't shooting up abortion clinics and shooting up doctors, you know what I mean? So I used one girl's name every time. And her mother was like, where are these bills coming from? And they say, thank you for paying your bills. It's like,
Yeah, right. You get the whole fucking pack.
Can't make this
God. All right, let's talk about Braveheart.
Braveheart.
That's what we're here for.
great lineup. It's for the, what's it called? John Madden. Edward J. Madden's open heart camp up in Massachusetts. We send kids there that with heart problems, right? That want open heart surgery so that they can be normal. They don't have to be touched with kid gloves. You know what I mean? They can play football. They can jump. They can run. Not like, don't do that.
Well, you know, you have to understand both sides of the coin. I mean, yeah.
You know, it's like this pussy.
It's
like this little jerk off. I don't want to mention any names. Who got yelled at on the bus.
Go away.
And he screamed. He goes, they jumped me. I go, they didn't jump you. You still got your guitar. You still got your jacket.
Shut up.
I go, this kid that runs with baseball strikes out every fucking time, commits 4 errors, and they still give him a fucking trophy.
Goodbye. All right.
I don't want to mention any names.
I agree. No, you don't.
You have to earn the fucking trophy.
I'm on your team.
Otherwise, these kids grow up, they think, what the fuck? You know, I'm working at Webster Hall, and like, do you know who I am? I'm like, you know who he is? He forgot. You know, it's like, you know, it's like, I'm going to call him, like, you broke my license. I go, it's a fake license. New York license don't crack. You bought it. You know, I spent $300. I'm like, well, you got beat. You know, he's like, I'm going to call the cops. I go, it's 911. You want me $1 for you? Go ahead, call.
You're the best.
You know, they're like, you got to let me get wrong. I go, you have a fake license. Right? And they can smoke booze on your breath, and you got an under 21 badge. Get the fuck out.
All right, your time is up.
Okay.
All right, that's to it, yes. But I have to say...
Braveheart Ball tomorrow night, Bowery Electric.
Yes,
That's
so thank
Thursday.
you, JJ CoNNaLLy and FRaNk WooD.
JJ CoNNaLLy.
Braveheart Ball. I want to thank Trixie as being the who for today.
Hey, Trixie.
Tony J, the amazing artist who was by here. Rusty Rocks is the noise downstairs with the Messies. Thank you for being here. Daniel Luke, Rick Wino.
Wino.
Wino
Radio coming to
live. And thank you again, ladies. We love you. And of
see a guy
course,
with a
Caroline Stewart can't do the show without you. Jonathan, our best helper of helpers.
If you intern.
Drunken Head, we love you very much.
And don't forget Rue with her band Black Flamingo. Sunday here in Ottawa at 10 o'clock. Wind down Sunday.
And
we wind down from a rough weekend and prepare for another week.
Don't forget to vote for me on that.
Yes, vote for her for Hot Mom.
Yes, you can vote for every day.
Every fucking day.
Yeah, until
It's like being in Chicago.
This is round 2.
It's like being in Chicago. You can go as many times as you want. It's cool. It's like being a Kennedy in
I
Chicago.
can't believe it has to go another round. Like, you know, I win some.
Maybe some Boston.
So, Rooney is
Yeah, but
signing
they
off
took
for
the
another week. We'll see you next Wednesday.
We love you
Back
too.
here.
Time full of surprises. It's a place to get your 15 minutes of fame. Let me tell you, keeping it real, keeping it real. Real. Keeping it real, keeping it. What's that you say? Keeping it real, keeping it real. What's that you say? Keeping it real, keeping it you. What's that you say? Keeping it real, keeping it real.